Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Capricorn tarot reading. I've mixed the African tarot and the tarot of the divine, laid them out along the axis of the horoscope wheel. I will clarify with the good tarot and use 3 oracle decks throughout the reading. I appreciate you being here, and welcome to those of you that are new and to those of you that I know. I am appreciative of all the support that you give to me. So I am doing personal readings now, and the information about that is in the description box below. So Sagittarius, your overall energy, the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is really describing, in this particular case, a memory of experiences, things that have been said to you, things that have actions that have perhaps been perceived to sabotage your efforts in the past. There is a rewind of those words, those actions for you at this time. Mercury went direct yesterday, and although that represents a release of our experience of reviewing, it is continuing to go over its shadow aspect, the place where it has already been before. So it's kind of catching up with itself. However, this review of hurtful words, criticism, perhaps being laughed at or not taken seriously, is still playing it out through your mind. You're getting a fresh perspective. You're asking for fresh eyes and a fresh understanding of these experiences, but you have not fully released yourself from these experiences of the past. These can be current relationships that existed in your past that have formed in a certain pattern that you feel is unsupportive of your efforts now. And you see that, you realize that when you weren't able to see that in the past. So this is really describing this effort for you to free yourself from the need to be blocked, to be so impacted, impaired, or damaged by these kinds of critiques or criticism that you are stopped from moving forward. This is really a kind of test, I might say, of your understanding of where these relationships have been harming you and continue to do so. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, how others see you, the Queen of Swords works very nicely with this energy, because indeed you're using this ability to be logical, to be reasonable, to detach yourself from your feelings about these experiences. So the hurt, the criticism, the disparagement or denigration that you experienced, you are putting that aside and really looking quite dispassionately at these actions and efforts, not only of people in the past that have been in your life, but as you continue to move forward, a keener awareness and recognition of these kinds of energies coming towards you. You understand that this is an experience that is a part of your forward movement. It's a part of life. There are always people that do not support you, that want to get a taste of you, that want to sabotage your efforts, even steal from you. And you are ready to the task. You've gained the composure, the ability to disassociate yourself with the feelings, the insecurities or doubts that you possess, and recognize that you can move forward taking whatever information that is offered or that you can glean from such relationships or experiences and put those aside in order to select your battles and not be blocked or hindered from this kind of unkind attention from others. The first house indicates the Page of Wands is this willingness, this passion to grow, this understanding that these things may have held you back in the past, but they're no longer able to hold you back because now you're open up to growth, not simply the approval of others or the critique of others or the assessment of others that may be unkind, biased, or unfair. The gossip of others no longer is of concern to you. You're really concerned now that you've seen what this behavior is and its impact. You're really renewing your commitment to your growth. You're renewing your enthusiasm, your excitement, and passion as you move forward. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your history, your roots, the Five of Swords. So there is a way in which this gossip, this negative attention, or unkind words for others is allowing you to really look at the way and places that you have doubted yourself, the way that you have felt to be not enough. You're owning this experience. You're not brushing it away, but instead you're allowing this experience to help you more deeply understood how and why you may have felt that you don't have what it takes to do the things you want to do. You're using this energy to dig deeper into this well of insecurity. And so in that way, you are absolutely committed to changing this experience, to really uproot this sense of inadequacy in your life, the sense of not having enough, and to own that as something that arises from you, and that such gossip or mean things said against you really can only take hold if you are, if it is supported by your own sense of doubt, your own insecurity about the value of yourself or your ideas. In the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships, goals, the High Priestess. In many ways, this sense of facing down these places of deep insecurity or these experiences, in many cases, that you have buried, that you have covered over in order to survive them or equester them, is now being opened up by this greater knowledge of experience, this greater knowledge of self, this ability to reflect on and call on the experiences you've had where you have learned a more complete picture of who you are. You're really putting these incidences of concern, insecurity, and doubt within a context of this greater sense of empowerment and possession that you know guides you to fulfill a position in this life that is empowered. There is a lot of knowledge and wisdom here that understands that because of your tremendous capacity and potential, that these experiences are part of your growing into your power with wisdom, understanding that you, in fact, are like others. You've had to overcome a sense of inadequacy or the jealousy or envy of others. And that now you understand that within the context of your destiny, within the context of the experience you've had to the contrary. So this is really about reflecting on and perhaps meeting that sense of destiny and purpose in your relationships, being reminded through your significant relationships, even your goals, of who you truly are. I'm going to pull a soul's journey oracle card and ask you, Sagittarius, that if you're resonating with this reading so far, that you will like this video, share it with others, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I've pulled the card Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Interesting. And in fact, the Queen of Swords, as well as the High Priestess, are really describing the ability to be very disciplined, very focused on what is truthful for you, on your own truth, through your own experiences. I'm also pulling a Fauna and Flora of Africa card, and I pull the Imperial Scorpion. And the plant associated with that is the banana flower. And the key words are expansive thought. Protect your peace, trust your intuition, and remove negative energies from your life. There are new things and experiences to make space for. I love this. And now I'm going to clarify the Page of Wands in the first house with the Page of Earth in the second house and the Page of Air in the third house. How interesting. This is really describing this beautiful capacity you have now to open yourself up to new experiences, to be willing to be a beginner. And I think that this is in part a way that you are remedying, healing this experience of worthlessness, of inadequacy, of self-doubt, realizing that you have the experiences and the skills that at times attract haters, that attract obstacles that are tested, and that you're willing to learn to do things differently. You're willing to reassess your values in light of who you truly are, who you understand yourself to be, what your purpose is on earth. You're open up to new ideas, to new ways of communicating, a more careful attention to the way that you use your words. This is important because underneath this is a willingness to challenge the way that you've always done things by acquiescing to a beginner's mind, a beginner's stance. You are saying that what you've learned, you have gained from, but that you're completely willing to start fresh in this area. Your values, your possessions, the things that are important to you, the way you communicate, new ideas, how you process information, the way you're willing to hear. This is you learning in a new way, listening for information, for truth, rather than attempting to impose your ideas or carry over old beliefs that do not reflect your experience. So this is an openness, a willingness to start fresh, to renew yourself, to see yourself differently, so that you can attempt to put these old stories in their place, to release them. The Five of Swords in the fourth house is clarified by the Three of Air in the fifth house and the Call or the Judgment card in the sixth house. There is a lot of heartbreak that you have been processing throughout your, I think in your past, and that is combining itself with these unfair judgments perhaps that you feel you've received as a result of rejection by others. So there is a lot about processing rejection here and seeing it for what it is. And this ability now to revisit unkind things, judgments others made against you, is actually allowing you to elevate your own sense of clarity and awareness so that you understand the purpose and place of this resistance. This resistance to your ability to shine, to be of service in the way that you understand you desire to be, to embrace your mission, your destiny, understanding that you now have an opportunity to experience your mission, to elevate, to do over, remake, re-experience, restart an opportunity or a relationship in a way that helps you to renew your being, new routines, new habits, new associates, understanding that the heartbreaks you experienced are gifts to understanding yourself better, and a sense of acceptance, self-acceptance of who you are. There's a strain here of romanticism that I almost sense you have been embarrassed by, or sentimentality that you have expressed throughout your life. Some would call it innocence, some would call it gullibility, that has been a part of your experiences, perhaps in your relationships, in your efforts, that has been embarrassing to you, or you have been embarrassed by. And there's a sense now of its purpose in helping you to cultivate your mission of service, and that you have an opportunity to express and implement that now in a way that will be successful, bring you pleasure and joy, and be of service to others in the way that you understand you came here to be. The High Priestess in the 7th house is clarified by the Emperor card in the 8th house, and the 7 of Water in the 9th house. There are many, many options here for you as you gain the sense of ownership over your life, as you become increasingly responsible for the things that you can control. And those things are the things that reside within you, your responses to life rather than your reaction. Your shock at the unkindness with which you may have been treated in the past, the unkind words that others have said, the put downs, the rejections. Those no longer shock you. You now understand that you're in control of your own actions, your own thoughts, the things that you choose to be concerned about, the things that are important to you. You're capable of elevating those and owning your experience so that you take responsibility and accountability for what you have done rather than what others say about you. The rejection you've experienced, you don't have to own that, but you have faced that and recognized that there are parts perhaps of yourself that you were rejecting unwittingly in the past. Some of the most sacred aspects of yourself you try to reject or suppress because you were embarrassed by how this seemed to make you appear to others. You now realize that there are many, many options, many different directions you can move. The 7s show that you are looking at your path of destiny in a practical sense. You're understanding the way that you've experienced these things in the past has perhaps not been the most practical approach for you, but you're embracing your many talents, your many abilities. After all, Sagittarius is often seen as the Jack or Jill of all trades, right? You are likely to have been an individual that has done many, many things, maybe not for a long or sustained amount of time, but you have trod many paths. And all of those skills are critical to the position you're now in. You can bring all those experiences to bear on the expression that you are choosing. The skills you're bringing to this new, rejuvenated, renewed experience of your life and your destiny. The Queen of Swords in the 10th house is clarified by the 7 of Earth in the 11th house, another 7, and the World in the 12th house. So indeed, you are evaluating your experience. You are looking at the way that you may not have invested in yourself, or you may have shunned opportunities to dig deeper into your experiences, particularly if they were experiences that resulted in rejection, in gossip, in being laughed at, in not being taken seriously. You are closing out that experience and learning how to invest in yourself in a way that gives you the sense of joy, productivity, the stability, and security that you crave. This is part of your completing a journey. This is in preparation for you to meet your path of destiny, feeling empowered, feeling prepared, ready to receive and make space for all of the blessings that already exist in your life in some form. You may be acknowledged or rewarded for your achievements in some way. But what is most essential at this time about the completion of this path, the end of this journey, is the skills, the preparedness that you recognize in moving forward in a new way. I'm going to finish off this reading, Sagittarius, with a Language of Flowers card for you. And I have pulled the Peruvian lily. And the key word is strength. More effort will get you what you want. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.